It's now time for the number one podcast in iHeartRadio. It's Your House is Key, the podcast that opens the door to your dream home. Hosted by the remarkable Dannel Shepard, he's your trusted guide in the world of real estate. Whether you're buying your first home, selling your current one, or simply curious about the market, this podcast is your one-stop shop for all things real estate. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host and my good friend, Dannel Shepard.
What's up, guys? You already know it's your favorite realtor, but I'm going to go ahead and cover this. If you missed this week's episode of the news, it's fine. I'm going to cover it here again in the podcast because it's the same questions and concerns that I've been getting across the board. Whether it's buyers and sellers, the questions still remain the same. What's happening in the 2025 housing market? Well, before we dive into the crystal ball of housing predictions and assumptions, I just want to remind you to make sure you like and hit the subscribe button so you'll never miss a single episode or a home buying tip that will help you with your next journey. You ready? All right, well, cool. Let's get started. So let's just get right in. We're going to talk about the changes in 2025 housing market. So you ask what's going to happen? Well, here's the scoop. Prices are going to still rise. We got mortgage rates, and is there a possible slight relief ahead of us? We don't know. I'll cover that too. We're going to talk about the high prices. Are they going to stay or are they going to drop if the rates drop? Also, could the baby boomers be the reason or the help or the sign of relief? And then will buyers eventually gain power? Will there be a swing in the market rate? Or when it comes to, is it a seller's market? Is it a buyer's market? Well, those are the things that I'm getting ready to cover in this episode. So let's get to it, right? Is the speed of things going to change when it comes to the prices? Well, guess what? Home prices are still going to rise, but it will not be at the breakneck speed as we've seen before in late 23, 2024. But they will. It's the tortoise versus the hare, right? 23 and 24 was the hare. It was just, everything was fast and everything was just climbing. Well, 2025, the prediction is going to be a very tortoise, slow increase of price. But will it still increase? Yes. The market is, well, it's just still some upbeat about it though, right? The market is still leaning a bit in favor for buyers. Yes, you heard that right. And I'm just going to say it again. And I believe this too. It is still leaning in the favor of buyers. The days where sellers had all the power and the might when it came to the close and the deal and the negotiations, well, there's going to be some changes. Now, will it be a full-blown buyer's paradise? No, not yet. It's going to be a nice balance, guys, where buyers get more options and a little more room to negotiate. Next, everybody wants to talk about mortgage rates, so why not? Will there be a slight relief? Well, here's the thing. Are there magic numbers? Would people like to see some things? I bet there is, and I bet you do. We all know that there's been a bit of a wild ride recently, right? I mean, in 2024, we hit a record high in a long time when it came to mortgage rates. But experts are saying that rates are expected to dip closer to the 6% or the very high fives by the end of 2025. So, I mean, that's something to celebrate, guys. That's major, right? I mean, can I get a hallelujah on that one? That is definitely something we should celebrate because that's a drop in rates. Right now, we're looking at a 7.24 on your traditional 30-year fixed loan. Right now, on your FHA loan across the board, you're looking at a 6.5%. So to have your 30-year fixed conventional rate drop down to the low sixes or at 6 or high fives, that is more than something to celebrate for. Because guess what, guys? While we're not going back to the crazy 3s and 4% like it was in the pre-pandemic days, the good news is the feds have taken action and will continue to take action. I mean, there have been a few rate drops that they've done on their end already, which is applying the pressure to the mortgage industry, right? And so that will give the buyers, you buyers out here, a little breathing room. So I guess you say, well, what does that mean for me? Well, it's going to be a little bit easier to lock in your dream home without feeling you're just throwing money in the air. Like it's just in the wind, right? Now you will have some control. After this break, guys, I'll be touching base and picking up to the next spot of talking about high prices. Are they here to stay or are they time to go? More to come after this break.
For all your real estate needs, make Dannel Shepard and his dedicated team at the Lazo Group at Remax Time your favorite go-to experts. With their unmatched expertise and commitment, they'll guide you through the home buying and selling process with confidence and ease. Reach out to them today and get started.
All right, guys, now that we're back, I want to jump back into the nitty-gritty of things. I know I've already talked about the mortgage rates and the slight relief ahead and just the overall change of the 2025 housing market. But let's get into the weeds of this, right? So now I want to discuss to you about high prices and are they here to stay? But hold up. One thing I want to cover. Just because I know you heard before the break, the mortgage rates are easy, it doesn't mean the home prices are going to drop drastically. No, that's not how it works, guys. It's not how it works. Okay, so then how does it work, you're asking me? Well, we're going to be facing some pretty high prices here in 2025. I mean, the Cincinnati market has always been a hot market. And I mean the greater Cincinnati. That's including the northern Kentucky area as well. It's been on fire for the past few years. So here's the thing. Inventory is still short when it comes to supply, right? That right there, there's less of something. It tends to cost more, right? That's economics 101. When you don't have enough of it, it's going to cost more, right? So it's like trying to find a parking spot at the mall during the holiday season at the peak point when everybody's off of work. You're not going to find one. You're going to wait around. But don't worry, there is hope. Okay? Inventory is slowly improving. It is. That is one thing we're starting to see. And that actually rolls me into my next segment of the baby boomers, right? Are they the key to the more houses in the market, the better inventory? Well, here's the thing. Yeah, they are. The demographic that's been holding on to their houses could soon be the key player in easing the housing shortage. One thing you want to know, and this is to the greater Cincinnati area. I know I got listeners from all over, but I just want to let you know, with a third of Cincinnati homeowners being baby boomers, many of them are looking to whether it's to downsize, head south where it's warmer, or even move in with family. I mean, but can you blame them? Right? This means more houses on the market as they move to their next chapter. And guess what? That's good news for the rest of you guys looking for a new place to call home. Year over year, inventory has increased 11%. And again, that is due to the baby boomers moving to their next level, their new chapter. So there is hope. There is some change. There will be some swings. There will be some new things that we haven't seen in a while. And guess what? I'll cover more of that when we return back from this break.
For all your real estate needs, make Dannel Shepard and his dedicated team, the Lazo Group at Remax Time, your favorite go-to experts. With their unmatched expertise and commitment, they'll guide you through the home buying and selling process with confidence and ease. Reach out to them today to get started, and stay tuned for more.
Welcome back. So again, we talked about the baby boomers in the inventory. We talked about the home prices, the mortgage rates, and the overall change of things. Well, again, we're going to stay in the weeds. I want to talk about this very up close and personal. So another point that I want to talk about is, will the buyers gain power in 2025? What is this swing? What is this shift? And what does it truly look like? Well, you might just be in for a little treat in 2025. See, and here's why. Because as inventory slowly climbs and mortgage rates dip, more homes will be available to you. That is correct. There will be more homes available. This means you might actually get some bargaining power in the process. So what does this mean for you sellers that are listening? Well, it's time to beware, right? You're going to have to be creative when it comes to pricing and maybe even throw in some extra perks. I mean, make your home stand out. What those perks look like, you have to talk to your expert realtor as they guide you through the listing process, because each home will have its own unique and significant, specific case that will guide you to the best outcome for your current situation. But what I want to tell you though, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, no more just sitting back and hoping buyers will come to you. It's going to be a bit of tug of war, right? Because there's going to be more houses, more options on the table for the buyers. But if you're a seller, don't fret. Just keep the price competitive. Make sure your home shines and you'll be fine. So guys, there you have it. A quick rundown of what's ahead of the Cincinnati's housing market in 2025. Whether you're buying, selling, or just casually listening in, I hope this gave you some insights into what's coming next. Remember, you've got the keys for your next move, and make it a great one. If you want to dive deeper into any of these topics, I'm open to discuss, debate, and even learn as well, as if I provide you with some more knowledge and information. So don't hesitate. Hit me up. Follow me on social media. Share my podcast with your friends or families. And always, I want to say thank you for tuning in to Your House is Key podcast. Hit me up. There's social media. You can email me, drs@yourhouseiskey.com, or shoot me a call or text at 513-703-0370. And always, remember, with me, your house is key.
Thanks for listening to Your House is Key with Dannel Shepard. Each week, Dannel dives into essential tips, insider secrets, and expert advice to help you navigate the exciting journey of home ownership and home selling. From understanding market trends and finding the perfect neighborhood to even securing financing, staging your home, and closing the deal, there's only one guy that gets it done. Dannel Shepard, right here at yourhouseiskey.com.